2001, my dad gave me a present which I still have to this very day. A stuffed dog which I creatively named Puppy. Puppy has been with me for 12 years, and you can tell he's kind of old because his mouth is falling off and his ear is missing. When I was little, I saw the Disney movie Pinocchio. And just like Geppetto in that movie, I always wanted Puppy to become a real dog. So every star I saw, I would always say, "Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I might have the wish I wish tonight." But as you can see, Puppy never became a real dog. So I simply did the next best thing. I went up to my parents and I asked them if I could have a dog. My dad loved the idea, but my mom not so much. My mom did not like dogs at all, and she practically yells if she sees a dog in the street. So she came up with a list of excuses why I couldn't have one. The first excuse was that I was too young. The second excuse was that we had carpet in the house, and if the dog had an accident, we wouldn't be able to clean it up properly. The third excuse was that a dog is a huge responsibility. So as I got older, we replaced the carpet in the living room with a hardwood floor, and I started supporting animal organizations like ASPCA. I knew my mom couldn't come up with any more excuses, especially since my dad and I drove to the animal shelters every single weekend. One time we brought my mom along with me too. She walked in, couldn't stand the smell, walked right out, and asked me if I would rather adopt a child. Then one Saturday morning, after my piano class, my dad and I drove to the Humane Society just like always. Only this time, we found a few cute and playful dogs. My dad asked a volunteer if we could play with a few, and I chose 3. The volunteer first picked out one of the dogs. Her name was Honey. I don't think she liked us a lot. She wasn't very interested. She just ate her treats in the corner. Next, the volunteer brought out the next dog. The volunteer showed us all the tricks that he could do, like sit, roll over, give paw, high five. The dog sniffed around the room and came up to me and offered me his paw in greeting as if he'd already chosen us as his family. Then, in that moment, I'd suddenly decided that he was the most cutest little Chihuahua pug I'd ever seen. And he was the right dog for me. But before we could adopt him, the volunteer told us that we needed to call in everyone from our household to come see the dog, which meant calling in my mom. On the ride home, my dad and I plotted on how we could convince my mom to come see the dog. We decided to agree with every single condition that she had. We would walk it, feed it, and bathe it without bothering her. If she didn't want the dog to enter into a room, we made sure that he wouldn't come inside the room. We returned to the Humane Society with my mom. The first meeting with Chewy and my mom started out a little tense. My mom held her breath as Chewy sniffed her, and she didn't run out of the room screaming, so that was a success. When I think Chewy knew that this was the person he had to convince, so he sat down right next to her, wouldn't move. He looked up at her with puppy dog eyes until her heart melted. And my mom had no choice but to